Peace, love, and light. This is just going to be another tarot vlog. If you want collective readings from me, or if you want to book a personal reading, check out the links in the description below. We are going to say our prayer again, and then we're going to start this brand new reading because God told me to read these cards in a different way now. So this is just the second one for today, and this is another message coming towards me. So, dear the divine God, our Holy Father, Yahweh, and our angels, thank you for being the highest form of good in our lives, for keeping our heads on straight and straying us away from negativity as best as possible. Right now, I'm asking that you bless and protect this space as well as the viewers. Ground us in our energy so that way we know what messages to receive, and gift us a keen discernment to know what to do with the knowledge received as well. Please grant us the ability to keep our personal opinion and bias to the side if you so choose, the strength to continue on, and the clarity needed to focus. And anything else that you deem worthy for this reading, please allow us to be the vessels to receive and deliver. Amen. Ashe. All right, we got imagination, surrender, and happiness. Imagination is saying, I embrace and nourish the creative aspect of my mind. This is a grounded sense in knowing. This is creating a grounded sense in knowing. Then we have surrender, which is I can release my need to control. This is not controlling what you learn. This is also releasing some type of darkness that is put upon it inside of your mind when you think. This is about my intuition and the messages that I receive from God, and how I'm trying to discern between them, whether they are a demon or whether they are God speaking to me. And then we have happiness. I am aware that being happy means I'm on the right path. So this is a message saying anything that guides me towards being on the right path, mentally, emotionally, spiritually, whatever the situation may be, is a message from God. Anything that keeps me the way that I need to be and keeps me sane within my reality is a message from God. If it doesn't help me, then it is not God. If it doesn't benefit me, then it is not God. If it's something that takes away from me, or if it's something that has my mind trying to believe I'm something else, if it's not about my path in life and where I'm going and what I'm doing, then it's not a message from God. Okay. I feel that I have everything that I need to move forward. We stopped at 2, which is the beginning of connection and balance and expansion. No, number 3 is expansion. This is the beginning of a connection. This is balance. I have everything that I need to move forward. So let's go ahead and continue on. I also felt God's presence tell me to move forward, because usually the cards look a different way. I'm kind of hesitant to start and hesitant to begin, but God is telling me to move forward, to continue on to the next step in what it is that I'm doing. So I have everything that I need. I have all the knowledge that I need to discern between what is God and what isn't God. And the only knowledge that I need is that God keeps me on my path in my physical ways and helps me with my physical life and keeping me grounded and sane within my mind. And the devil and demons will not. They will try to form some type of creation inside of my mind, which is what I usually surrender to, that I am somebody. They'll try to make it seem like I'm somebody important, somebody from the book of Revelation, somebody that has a big deal to do. They'll have this creating identity type of thing going about me. And they have this thing going about me in order for me to disconnect from God and become this identity to the people that is false, and begin to teach and preach false teachings of God. So that way I can be on their side without without knowing it is what I would be. But that way I can be on their side and help bring people to their side by teaching these false teachings. And usually that's what people go through when they experience integrating some new age practices with God and Christianity. They try to integrate the two, and they wind up preaching false teachings of God and how God is and how to get to heaven and things of that nature, when in reality they're leading people towards the darkness. They're leading people towards sin and Satan and all of the devils and demons of that. That's the path that people usually go down. Now, I am a person that does not really necessarily believe in the new age, but I still work with tarot in order to communicate these messages out to people. And I still use crystals because they help with healing and stuff. And God even guides me to crystals, and God guides me to my tarot cards upon which ones to read and all of those other things. So I work with the tools, but as far as the beliefs of the new age religion here, I don't participate in. The universe is not alive. The universe isn't a god. I don't participate in working with many different deities and things. I don't worship nothing but Yahweh, and I only praise Yahweh and Yahshua and his angels. And that's all I have. I used to be in that world, but then God revealed to me what it really was about, and I left. I totally left. I used to be in the practices of working with other deities, like God is a deity, right? I used to be in the practice of working with deities. I used to be in the practice of it was really just working with deities and leading people in believing that it's okay to work with deities and things of that sort in nature. But in reality, it is not. Those are just demons. They're fallen angels putting on a description and depiction in order for people to come and work with them and choose their side and be good with them or whatever. So let's go ahead and get into this reading. Four of Cups. This is me having a hard-earned no first, and then a yes second when it comes to the things that God tells me to do. I have Death, King of Wands, in the Sun in the reverse. This is dying inside of me the more mightier I become with God. And then this Sun in the reverse is depression that is killing my happiness. This is also killing my happiness the more that I say that the direction I receive is not from God. It's killing my happiness and advancing the belief inside of me that demons can do the things that God and his angels can do. This belief inside of me has to be destroyed. It has to be completely removed, which is why this Death card is here. And the more mightier I become with God and his direction, the more that I follow it, the more that it becomes right for me. And then the Sun card backed by the Fool. And then we have the Ace of Wands. Within my happiness of knowing God's direction, I will no longer be taking action inside of self-doubt and also listening to other demons. Listening to demons. And it's not that I actually know it's a demon and listen to it. I'm clairaudient and I'm kind of gaining a grounding in it. And I'm also clairsentient and clairvoyant and then claircognizant mostly. And with those gifts that come about, demons usually communicate through those gifts. And I can't discern, I didn't discern before or didn't know how to discern what was a demon and what was not a demon. But this previous journey that God took me through showed me exactly what is and what is not, and what it is that they can do and what it is that they can't do. I feel that God has answered my prayer. And I prayed to him recently for him to show me, and because I asked, can he show me if demons can do the same thing that he can do? And he showed me that they can mimic, but they cannot do it. And it is a distinction between the two that I need to ground inside of me and become mighty in. And this becoming mighty in is becoming strong-minded, becoming strong and becoming strong-minded in this sense that I feel of knowing it is God. He's took me on this journey of seeing him in his wildest plans, and then this journey in seeing him in his more normal plans. And I passed the test with a wonderful A of knowing what is him and what is not him. So my discernment is keen. It is just my self-doubt, especially here with the Four of Cups, that gets in the way. So I know what is him and what is not him because I have an A. I just doubt it. We got the Sun card that popped out, and it's in the upright. This pops out with the Ace of Swords, Seven of Swords in the reverse, the Fool card, and the Two of Pentacles. This Sun card is the dead coming back alive. This is me being alert on the truth. This Seven of Swords is me picking up the blessings along the way. You have the Fool card, which is running into it. And then the Two of Pentacles giving a summary here. This is a demon deciding for me. I'm feeling like this message is if I run into the way that I was before with doubting his messages to me and going about my own way, it re-sparks inside of me this happiness that I had to build my own unique type of connection to God and not following the laws and the words and the way that he set before us on how to connect to him. Yeah, because this is like a dead flower coming back to life. And it feeds demons. That path of me forming my own personal connection to where I have false teachings and I'm happy to teach others. That previous life that I lived in my spirituality, if you were there for Be Great Beauty, then you know what I'm talking about. That previous life can come back to life if I run first and pick up the small pieces of what God is saying instead of the big messages that he's giving me. That's if I get too keen and start to believe that he dictates my life upon the itty-bitty small things that I do versus just directing me on the paths that I must take in my life. So, for example, this would be like him telling me who to talk to, when to talk to someone, who, when, where, and how to talk to someone, versus him just telling me, hey, talk to that person. It's like I have to know that God sets me upon a path. And God will always set me upon a path. He will never guide me into moments, but he will guide me into a time. He'll never guide me into situations. He'll guide me into an experience. That is how God works. And that is his will being done. So it's just that I don't know his will. I'm learning his way, but I don't know his will, which is why I only got an A and not an A+ that I was expecting. Once I learn his will, and his will is to set people on paths that I knew before inside of me, but I'm experiencing it now. Once I know that his will is to set people on paths for an experience and not for a time or not for a moment in time, that's when I'll excel and exceed the course that I'm on of learning his way and his word through the gifts that I have. Not taking this. Yeah. You got the Emperor, the Ace of Cups, and the Three of Wands. This flew out with the Five of Pentacles in the reverse. These two cards are giving off the same core energy of I don't want this to mess with me. It's something internal that I don't want to mess with. And it's something deeper. That's why we have these emotion cards out. It's something way deeper, coiled deep inside, that is producing this energy of I don't want this to mess with me. It's wrapped inside of a demon. But this energy is the Three of Wands, which is being blocked and barred from something. The Ace of Cups in the reverse, scared to love it, and then the Emperor here. This is signifying Yahweh and Yahshua. What is this? I don't want this to mess with me. Crack your right on open to a heartbreak. The Six of Wands in the reverse. This is from the experience that I had inside of my psychosis episodes and journeys, where I went about doing things the wrong way. I went about not listening to God. And that previous spread before was about me doing things in my own way, going to see experiences for myself. If I dip back into that, I feed demons and the dead becomes alive. Not being obedient to God's word is the problem here. And before, I wasn't obedient to God's word, and I went to go see things for myself, and I was unsuccessful in it, which caused this heartbreak of I don't want this to mess with me, meaning I don't want it to upset me again. And the upset that I felt was the outcome of my experiences when I was in the mental health hospitals, and I was praying to God, and I was sorry and sad and upset and in turmoil. about my actions not leading to the outcome that I expected to come from me seeing for myself. Now that I've been through this most recent experience and listened to God and been obedient to his word and came out of this experience in the way that I expected to come out versus if I handled it on my own, I see that it is not that spirits and spirituality messing with me is the problem. I see that it's me going about things in my own way is the problem, and not being obedient to him in his way and what he tells me to do. And I see that he had to allow me to go through this in order for me to get it inside of my head to where it does not move, that I need to be obedient to him in order for me to be saved and to be helped. It's just this feeling of being coiled deep inside of me. Yeah, of me not listening to his word. But it's something deeper that I feel. Failure. And that's confirmed by the Six of Wands in the reverse. Failure. The problem with me is I don't want to fail again. And another reason that God allowed me to go through those experiences up until this point was for me to build up that energy of I don't want to fail, so that way I can be very strong within following his word and being obedient to his way. That's the Tower here, especially backed by the 10 of Pentacles. He allowed me to go through those experiences 4 times so that way I could have it all. I could be in the Christian way, the right way, the best way, the godly way, the righteous way. I could want all of the things that heaven bestowed upon us, such as the heavenly virtues of I'm experiencing temperance, I'm experiencing chastity, I'm experiencing charity, I'm experiencing kindness, humility, diligence, and patience. I'm experiencing all of that. God allowed my world to be rocked so that way I could be brought to this point because he knew this would come out of me. He knew that this would come out of me. Especially being built with this. And then the Lover's card signifying union with him. And then the 10 of Wands with this, with my head held down. This is diligence and determination put together, me carrying these actions. These are not burdens, but I'm feeling and looking at them as burdens. This is me carrying my own weight of the problem of failure upon me. If I didn't have this upon me, though, I wouldn't be wanting to carry all of these actions and walk in his way and do his things. I wouldn't be wanting to carry the weight of the burden of transitioning from living a worldly life or a new age life and making that transition into being a Christian and working with God and working with Yahshua and wanting to be Christ-like and righteous. And then we have the 2 of Wands here. Yeah, confirmed, because this is making a decision for me. Making a decision that moves the energy that I am in. Making the decision that pivots me into a new direction, a new path of life. I feel like with this 3 of Swords card, these are just emotions that I need to purge out. In order for me to be healed, I need to purge out this feeling of failure. I need to purge out this feeling of failure. But it brought me to humility before God. It brought me to be humble. It brought me to this space of knowing that I need to be obedient to his word. It brought me to this space of not knowing that I need to be obedient, but wanting to be obedient to his word. All of these things that I went through, all of the failures that I went through, because I felt like a total and complete failure. And if I didn't feel like that, I wouldn't want to do anything that is of God. So that's why he allowed me to go through those experiences up until this point. And I know that he has promised me that I will never go through this experience again as long as I continue to choose Christ. As long as I continue to choose everything that I am choosing now of being in his way and walking righteously and working with the 7 heavenly virtues and Yahweh and Yahshua and going deeper into the Bible and being more of a Christ-like woman. As long as I continue to choose this way, God will never let me go through an experience like that ever again. He'll never put me through it because I am where I need to be and who I need to be. The 8 of Swords flew out. This is important because I feel the problem with my ability, my diligence in listening to Yahweh through my gifts is that I also feel demons speaking on top of it. And God will kind of push this feeling on top of what the demons are saying and on top of or he'll speak through the demon, because the demon will have something in their mind that needs to be said, and God will speak through them to confirm to me that this is information that I need to receive. So God will guide me upon when or what to listen to from a demon, because I'm clairaudient, I can hear. So God will guide me upon what to listen to from a demon. And it's always just information and knowledge. It's always information and knowledge. It's always information and knowledge. And things that I need to say, to speak, because they are wise people, which is what I'm hearing from God right now. They are wise people, and wisdom is given through them, which is what Yahshua is speaking right now. They are wise people, and wisdom is given through them. So some things need to be said. Like, for example, I'll be doing a reading and then I'll hear and I'll know it is a demon that spoke it. And I'll hear like, diligence is the answer. And it's almost as if I feel, and I'm now confirmed, that they are reading these tarot cards with me and getting the message out too. So if I'm not getting it myself and the demon has it, then God will allow me to feel that I need to speak what the demon says in order for a message to be given out. Because these are not like the demons that I'm thinking of that are ignorant and lawless and careless and reckless. These are tiered demons. These are like mid-tier all the way to top tier demons is what interacts with me in the work that I'm doing. So they're very wise and very contained within themselves, and they know how to play service. They know how to play service, and they know how to help people, but they also twist that help into negativity. So God will always guide me into what to listen to by the feelings that I feel upon it. This is confirmed definitely by the 4 of Swords. Yeah, this is just saying I don't want to listen to it. I'm not open. Yeah, this is being open to listen to it, but the 3 of Wands is telling me I'm not seeing that I need to go there. I'm not seeing that I don't need to go there. But I'm thinking about it the wrong way. This Three of Wands. Yeah, this is me. Sorry, this is me being unaware of my path. And my path is to learn God's speech. This is knowing that this is a mess in front of me with this Eight of Swords, but I'm blinded to it. So I don't know how simple it is, but I'm feeling that it is a mess. So I'm in my mind thinking that it's bigger than what it is, when in reality it's not. It's just simple communication. I'm being reminded, and God is reminding me about this conversation that he had with Satan while I was dreaming one day. And he came through, and Satan came through, and they had like a 3-hour conversation. And he's opening me, well, he's making me realize that they communicate normally. They're not these reckless people that, you know, just kill and murder and bring about death and destruction. Those are people, those are like demons, but those are not the demons that I'm interacting with. The ones that I'm interacting with can hold normal conversation with the opposite party and not get reckless and want to murder and kill them and plot to kill them all the time. I also felt something today. While I was watching a certain video on TikTok, I felt that there's this woman there, and she was talking about how a demon almost killed her, how she just fell out, and she was like real heavy in witchcraft and everything. And I understand the purpose of them sending that video was for me to try to sway from doing tarot and remove myself from working on this tarot, but it didn't work out. But I felt that the reason why the demons won't take it as far as trying to kill me, even though they can, the reason why they won't take it that far is because they are fearful of God. So they won't attack me to the point where that woman got attacked and she fell out on the floor and she was paralyzed and she felt her life being sucked from her. They won't attack me that far because they are fearful of God. They are fearful of him, his plans, what he will do to them, and dying. So that's the reason why I won't get attacked that deep. And the furthest it would go is psychosis. But God promised to never put me through that again. But that, and he's showing me now that that doesn't mean that it won't happen to me because of a spiritual attack with demons. I got his word though, so I know my life will always be okay. This is a tower moment here. With the Ace of Cups in the reverse, the Three of Wands. It's something about a blocked movement. It's something about being unable to go down a path. And then the Queen of Pentacles. Lord, let me know if I'm reading that card wrong. We got the Six of Swords and the Justice card in the reverse, headed towards the upright though. So this is a cyclical experience that I'm on. I'm going into the challenge position, so I'm coming out of it. And then the Six of Swords. This is moving along and moving on. I just have to surrender to what I feel is God. I have to surrender, because it's always been the same constant feeling, the same constant types of direction, the same constant voice, the same constant way of communicating. It has never changed. It's been the same constant language, the same constant enunciation of words. It's been the same constant thing. And when I accept that it is God speaking to me, that's when I move on to better things. That's when my life becomes even better. We got this Ace of Cups in the reverse, this Three of Wands symbolizing I'm not letting myself go somewhere. Where do I need to go? Seven of Wands, it's conflict. Seven of Pentacles, but you come out with the Seven of Pentacles. And then no. Yeah. This is a wrong path. This is me not letting myself go down something that starts off as bad, or not crazy, but bad, and then has some good inside of it, and then is blessed with some type of settlement experience that brings about a conflict inside of self and me not listening to God's word. This is me blocking myself from going down the demonic path, which is all that I have been doing this whole entire time that I've been enduring this spiritual attack. And then we have the Queen of Pentacles here. But I'm being led to start with this Ace of Cups in the reverse. This is having a sure knowing that it's the right thing, that it is God speaking to me, which blocks me from going down that demonic path and has me enter into this Queen of Pentacles energy, where I am sure that it's God speaking to me and I'm beginning to act off his word, but I have a little hesitancy of being scared and fearful. But I'm being reminded right now, my angels are reminding me right now, that of this dream that I had, where I came out to the summary of the dream that God's protection relies inside of me not being fearful or scared or interacting with danger. And it is not demons, but it's not me interacting with danger, because I had this dream and my mom, we were at this exotic zoo and the tigers were loose for some reason, and that's just how the zoo was. I forgot about including that, and when I was jotting the dream down to understand it, that's just how the zoo was, that the tigers were out and around and they were just walking around, and I picked them up as danger. And for some reason it was getting darker and darker and darker and more like demonic and demonic and demonic, the more that I was scared of the more that I was scared of the tigers, the more demonic that they got, and the more that they started looking like they were going to hunt me. So I locked myself up inside of a room, and I had like my high school people around, which is symbolizing a teaching. I'm in class and learning something. And then I saw my mother, and she was just walking around with the tigers, and she was like, girl, them tigers ain't gonna bother you. They ain't gonna do nothing. And she sat in this chair, and the tigers walked by her, and they walked around her, but they weren't interacting with her or doing anything. And I was reading that God's, like, when I came out of the dream, I'm not seeing that a demon told me it was God's protection, when it's not God's protection. It was God showing me the way. It was God showing me the way to be inside of this dream, is to not have fear and not be scared, and they won't interact with me at all. And it is my fear and my scaredness that feeds them the energy to kind of bring about this torment and torture and problems and issues. It's my fear, and like in the environment that I was in, symbolizing the way that I am in my path and in this spiritual community, that demons are going to be around, and they're going to be out and walking around and doing their own thing, lounging around and stuff, but they won't interact with me as long as I have no fear and I am not scared of them. Once they see that I am scared, it kind of attracts them to me, and they look at me as prey instead of seeing me as just someone that's there. So as long as I am scared, which is why the Justice card is out here and it was in the reverse, as long as I am scared, they're always going to hunt me, because I am a source of feeding. That fear, it feeds them, it empowers them, it gives them energy to do the negativity that they want to do and partake in. So as long as I am scared of the possible, because I'm only scared of a possible chance of a demonic attack. And God is letting me go through these spiritual attacks right now so that way I can strengthen myself and not be scared of them anymore, and continue to strengthen the bond that I have to follow his way and operate within his wants and desires for me. And that's what this Queen of Pentacles is. Once that fear is gone, once that scaredness is gone, I can act in... I'm the Queen of Pentacles in the upright. And I walk with this might, happiness. It's a godly happiness, might, and knowing. And also a sense of wonder about God. I feel like he's bringing that in for the funny. I'm shuffling these right now to see how to release the fear. And I feel like it's just to not be bothered by it, especially confirmed by the Six of Swords here. It's just to not be bothered by it at all. Yeah, with the Four of Pentacles symbolizing my power. It's just to not be bothered by it, to not think about it too much. Yeah, especially with victory here in the Six of Wands. Three of Pentacles in the reverse, unbuilding. This is bringing back happiness into my life. And then we got the King of Cups, knowing how to handle my emotions. This is not being bothered by it at all. Just knowing that this is just a typical part of my day. And I feel like this was the major teaching that God was trying to bestow upon me. That this was just a typical part of my day and a typical part of my life. The life that I will be living as I am doing tarot with God. He's teaching me how to handle these experiences that'll come my way, which is what I felt was actually happening. So once I learned how to handle them, I am the Queen of Pentacles. Yeah, this is just being worried about what could possibly happen by seeing it through other people, or happen to other people, or seeing the experiences that could possibly happen, because I'm more so was only scared of what it could grow into and how worse and bad it could get. And I only have that fear, had that fear now because of the failure that I was when interacting with it. If I was to interact with them the way that I was doing before, then it would get worse and bad in that manner and situation. And it would only be because I wouldn't leave God, or leave God alone in the experience, after the experience, during the experience, before the experience. They would just get more angry and more angry that I'm not walking away from God with their attacks and their tries to manipulate me into believing that he's a negative person that I shouldn't be around. So it could get that far, and it could have got that far if I was, and God is saying it could have. It could have. It's no longer accessible to be a could. So it could have got that far if I continue to interact with them in the ways that I was before. One more card and then we're done here. There goes that Seven of Pentacles. this is what I seen when I was channeling the path that I'm blocking myself to go down. And I seen this Seven of Pentacles as a wonderful thing, a happy thing, a good experience. And this is what God is gifting and bestowing upon me, is the good experience of interacting with the spiritual world, which is having that Seven of Pentacles, which is having this nest in this home. Having a beginning home, having a home that I could always return to and feel my natural self in and be my natural self in. This is what God is gifting to me along the path. This is the blessing that he bestows upon me, which is the gift of interacting with him, Yahshua, and his angels. This is my home, and it will be my home. This came out with the Seven of Swords. Let me put this by the happiness. This came out with the Seven of Swords. This will be the beginning of my happiness, is when I get this home. And this home comes from the path of me not interacting with demons and also being obedient to his way. And that's it. Just being obedient to his way and not interacting with demons gets me to go on this path that leads to home. The final result is home, which is being with Yahshua, Yahweh, and his angels. You got the Ace of Cups you got the Seven of Swords in the reverse, the Eight of Wands, and the Two of Cups. The Seven of Swords in the reverse. This is me being happy with what I have and not picking up anything else along the way. So I will be feeling fulfilled. We got the Seven of Swords card and the Seven of Pentacles. This is giving some type of union energy where it's a mutual connection here. Me being happy with what I have is what I will be when I reach my home. Then we have the Eight of Wands and the Two of Cups. I have no idea where I'm going, but the angels will guide me and be with me along the way. And that creates this union that I have with them. So now God is teaching me the angel's voice versus his voice. So that way I can stop calling them demons when they walk through the doorway, because I feel internally, and this is the lesson, I feel internally that they are angels, and I feel internally what angels they are, and I know this inside of me, but then I second guess and I doubt it because I don't want to fail. And everything is about the fact that I don't want to fail. Everything that I doubt is because of the reason of I don't want to fail. So then I look for confirmation, and then I get that confirmation, and I feel sorry that I called them a demon, but then that brings about the failure. So if I just release the self-doubt and the doubting action, then I won't fail anymore, and that'll strengthen this relationship that I have with the ability to call out by name the spirits that exist around me. Yeah, and that creates this bond and union in the beginning of a foundation between me and his angels and my guardian angel. So apparently what people call their higher selves or their highest self is just their guardian angel. I want to say you are your guardian angel, but you have to know that it is not you, but it's a different version of you. It's not your spirit, it's not your soul, it's not your body, it's not your thoughts, it's not your minds. This is a separate person that is you, but it's not you. And I've seen my higher self, my guardian angel, before. And I didn't see her face though. So that lets me know that's not her at all. And I guess God saved that for this purpose. That the guardian angel is not me, and your guardian angel is just your highest self. And they always speak to you. And specifically, they speak to me through my thoughts. And she has been the one teaching me how to pray and what to say in my prayers. Now, what to say in my prayers have been coming from a demon, but how to pray properly is coming from the feeling inside that it is an angel telling me these words to say. Because the demons that I got around me are high level. They've been through these experiences so many different times that they know exactly what to do to trick a person out of experiencing the experience. So they're very smart and wise. And that's just who they are. That's all I have for this tarot vlog. Thank you so much for watching and supporting. Thank you so much for helping me on my spiritual journey. Thank you so much for believing in me. Just from watching simply is just guiding me to like want to do this more, because I'm seeing that, like, especially from the likes, it's like it's a possibility somebody else could be going through this too. And I love to help people. I'm here to help as many people that need this help, which is just to come to the light and to come to Yahweh and get out of the negative way and negative things of spirituality, and stop communicating with demons and leading people astray and things of that nature. I seek so much to be this guiding light in source, because it's not that many of us out here that operate with new age tools to commune and talk and speak with Yahweh and God. So if you want to book a personal reading with me, or you want a collective tarot readings, check out the links in the description below. Peace, love, and light, and as always, be great.